They've denied you the same rights as everybody else just because you're different.
Can you get me my life back?
Ted, do you believe you have a soul?
What did you think I would do at this moment?
Objection.
Overruled.
Bad Butch, you sit there and eat your fish nuggets.
Okay, I've seen that 15 times. I can't stop laughing. Mark Wahlberg and Seth MacFarlane reunite for Ted 2. The new sequel sees the foul-mouthed bear trying to prove he's a person in a court of law. Richard Crouse is here, and so this movie's Ted 2. And I was telling you earlier, I like Ted, the first one.
The first movie is really funny, and this movie is really funny for the first hour. But what you're going to find yourself doing is laughing and then going, "I shouldn't be laughing at this. I should not be laughing at this," all the way through. So it starts off with a wedding. Ted, the little stuffed teddy bear who has come to life and is Mark Wahlberg's thunder buddy for life, marries a human woman, and then they decide to have a baby, and they have some biological problems having a baby.
Seriously?
So then they decide to adopt. They're not allowed to adopt because it's ruled in a court of law that Ted is property, not a person. So then he decides to get the law changed, and that's where Amanda Seyfried's character comes in. She's a young lawyer who feels she can win the case. She also likes getting high as much as Mark Wahlberg's character and Ted do. So it's a perfect marriage of the three of them. This movie is hysterically funny for the first hour, if you don't mind envelope-pushing, rude humor.
So is it funny enough to keep you then, to give you how many stars do you give this?
Well, I'm giving this one 3 stars.
Oh,
I'm giving this one 3 stars. I gave the last one 3.5. I knocked off a half a star because the second half of the movie just kind of falls apart. Maybe it's that the novelty of a foul-mouthed, rude, stoned bear that's kind of a cross between Tommy Chong and Charles Bukowski it wears a little thin after a while.
Oh, okay. 3 stars for Ted 2. There we go. Max.
If you love The Littlest Hobo, you may find something here in Max.
There's a voice.
That's right. This is a story about a young man who we just saw, Robbie Amell, Canadian actor. He's a Marine in Afghanistan, and his dog is sort of the point person for their team. Sniffs bombs, checks out danger, that sort of thing. When his character is killed, when the Marine is killed, they ship the dog back stateside, and he has PTSD, and he cannot be around anyone except he warms up to the Marine's brother, a civilian young boy who doesn't really want to have much to do with the dog, but to keep the connection with his brother alive will do that. And then they go on adventures. And this is where it becomes Lassie, Rin Tin Tin, The Littlest Hobo, all those things wrapped up. Except this one for me didn't really work all that well. I didn't find that the action scenes with the dog were particularly interesting. I mean, maybe little kids who love dogs will find something here, but for me, I found it put the whole in wholesome, if you know what I mean, and it will have you longing for the days of The Littlest Hobo.
And how many stars for this?
1 star for Max.
1 star.
Only 1 star for Max.
For Max. The Overnight.
The Overnight is a much different movie. This is smart, insightful, but mostly it's a really uncomfortable watch in the movie theater. So you have a young couple that's just moved to L.A. from Seattle. It's played by Taylor Schilling and Adam Scott. You know her from Orange is the New Black. He's from Parks and Rec. And they don't have any friends. They meet a guy played by Jason Schwartzman in the park. Their kids seem to get along well. Jason Schwartzman's character says, "Come on over." Turns out he's fabulously wealthy. They have this beautiful dinner. All things are going very, very well. And then the going gets weird. It turns very sexual. There's lots of innuendo that happens. And Adam Scott's character says at one point, "I don't know, maybe this just is the way that things are in California. This is what dinner parties are like here." But it starts to really explore insecurities in relationships, all that kind of stuff. It's a 3.5 star movie for me, but it is a comedy, but it's not funny all the way through. It's more of an art house
So
comedy.
it's a dark comedy? Like, would you categorize it that way?
I would say it's a dark comedy that really gets under. It's great performances and really gets under the skin of the story.
Because those are likable people in the
and that's
roles,
what keeps the movie really watchable, particularly Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's all we got, right?
That's it.
Okay. Ted 2. 3 stars.
3 stars for Ted 2, but be prepared.
All right. Richard Crouse, thank you this morning.